Hey, welcome back to the episode Instant Rom Podcast. I'm your host Juan, and as always, my co-host is here with me. Hey, Trip.
What up?
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
Just been hanging out with my friend Juan for a little bit. We've been having some silly fun times, eating some delicious Indian food.
Yeah.
Just being chili fun boys. Hey, speaking of chili fun boys, do you know who the best chili fun boy of anime is? No. Hidive.
Hidive. Is that
Hidive is. This week we're talking about Hidive.
I was gonna guess Hidive, but I was like,
Yeah.
that's certainly not a person, and I don't want to assume its gender. So like, I don't know. I mean, because Hidive could be a girl.
Okay, yeah, but first off, boy doesn't mean boy. Boy just means whoever.
Was boy spelled with an I?
It's spelled however you want to spell it.
O-I?
It was spelled with an X, okay?
That's too edgy. I can't do it.
Yeah.
That's edgy. That's edgy.
It was spelled box.
It's spelled box. It's pronounced boy, though.
It's pronounced boy.
Boy. Nice. Yeah, we're going to talk about Hidive, the
anime streaming service.
I was going to say the sexy newest. It's for sure the newest, most recent.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy. You can customize your avatars. I guess we should kind of talk about the whole service.
We will.
When we go into it. Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll do that.
We'll talk about what we thought as Hidive as a whole,
so
and then
it's sexy is the point.
And then we'll also talk about the things that is currently being simuldubbed exclusively. I'm not simuldubbed, simulcasted.
Thank you.
On Hidive.
I was like, should I correct? Now fuck
you. How dare you correct me?
It's like he's got it. He's great.
Oh man, what you been up to?
Fucking not really a lot that I can remember. I made a pretty mean casserole a couple days ago.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe casserole.
Yeah, with tater tots.
Not enough slop.
It was fucking whack. It was like Dirty Boys Down Under, and it was great.
Okay. Okay, so
just take that for what it is.
I have very little context for Sloppy Joe because, as a Latino growing up, my parents obviously didn't make Sloppy Joes. They made Sloppy Jose's.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Is that a good joke?
That's a pretty good joke.
No, but honestly, my parents didn't make Sloppy Joes, and also like never really had casseroles growing up. But the only like context I had for Sloppy Joes was, besides it being on TV and part of like movies and pop culture and stuff, they every now and then they would serve it at school.
Yeah,
and
Adam Sandler sang a song about that.
God, Adam Sandler fucking sucks.
Whoa.
I honestly don't think he's that good.
He just fucking came out. Sierra posted that thing.
And I didn't like it.
I actually enjoyed that. I was surprised.
He's trash. He's fucking trash. You need to fucking retire.
Whoa, okay.
Fuck you, Adam Sandler. Fight me. No, watch me flex on him.
See, here's the thing, though. If you were famous and had like a shitload of money and could do whatever the fuck you wanted, wouldn't you just make movies with your friends just for fun? No, because
they're fucking bad, man.
So what, man? You're having fun.
No, they're trash. Okay.
Listen, man, his shit.
You're telling me. Why are we
fighting about this? We're not really, because I agree. Like, all of his movies recently have been fucking garbo.
Hateful Eight shouldn't have existed. That was the worst thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to watch that.
So bad. Okay, anyways, back to where I was talking about. Every now and then for school, they'd give it in the cafeteria. But I feel like Sloppy Joes was so divisive that they also gave a second option. So like, and because I was at hot lunch, I never got like the bagged lunch thing.
Yeah.
So when it was ever Sloppy Joe's days, again, never eating them, never being like sure if I wanted to try them, I'd look at them and be like, you know what? I will have whatever the other option was.
It's not the Hateful Eight, just so you know.
I
couldn't remember the name of it, but I'm like,
Ridiculous Six.
Thank you.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous Six.
Yeah, that sounds right. I was just like, whew, hang on.
Hateful Eight is Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
And everything except for the intro was great about that movie.
God, it was too long.
Yeah. Well, the intro was like half the movie.
It was 30 minutes long.
It was just that one shot.
Yeah, that whole shot was 30 minutes long. It was too long.
It was so long.
Yeah. So
anyways,
I didn't.
Yeah.
So
you didn't experience Sloppy Joes.
Not really. I mean, maybe I tried it once. I can't remember if I liked it, but I get the concept of it. It's like meat and like in a sauce. So it's all thick, right? And like it's like drippy and stuff.
So here's the thing. I made this casserole because my boss was looking up recipes and stuff, and she said that, and I was like, I'm going to go make that. She was like, I'm going to make it too this weekend. And I'm like, I'm going to make it before you do. And we'll talk about how good they are.
So
and it'll be fine.
I'm going to make it better than you, Trip.
Right. So we had a little like sexy dance off in the middle of work about who would make the better casserole.
Nice.
Well, turns out we both had very different ideas of what Sloppy Joe is.
Really?
Yeah. So hers tastes like a white person made an enchilada.
Ooh.
It wasn't bad.
I mean, I love.
It's got a little bit of zest in there. It's got some spicy spice.
I'm a big fan of white person's enchiladas.
Throw some corn.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit of corn in there. You got a little bit of that peppery heat, you know?
Okay.
But overall, it just tasted like you put some like taco sauce and some fucking meat and then added a couple extra bonus things in there,
You lost me.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, it didn't like work, like taco seasoning and stuff.
So what's your sloppy Joe?
Anyways, mine is a little bit sweeter rendition of it.
I'm going to pass.
Which is
hard pass.
Hard pass on that.
I'm not a big fan of like sweet meat, you know? Like
no, it's not really. It's got this. It's sweet in the way that like grilled onions,
like
are
caramelized.
Sweet. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll get your verdict on it later when I remake it because I did not. I'm gonna make a couple adjustments to the recipe. I felt like it needed a little bit more oomph.
Not enough slop. Too much Joe.
Yes, precisely. So I'm going to work on it a little bit, but mine, I like the flavor of it more, but hers had a better texture and consistency. Wow. So we got a little bit of competition.
I don't know. I'm coming out on a limb here, but I would say that a lot of sloppy joes kind of comes down to texture and consistency.
Yeah, sorry, it does.
You've been chopped.
It's fine.
You are not America's Next Master Chef.
Did not slop up with me, so that's what round 2's about.
Please leave Hell's Kitchen.
We'll see how that goes, but. Yeah, anyways, that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
And tomorrow, I'm excited about tomorrow. We got a couple of things coming out on the virtual reality systems. So there's Durarara, which is the Dark Souls company. I don't know if it's the dude, actually.
Or dudette, sorry.
Okay.
I thought that's what you were apologizing for. You assumed it's gender again.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Miyazaki. I don't remember his first name.
Oh, so she is a dude.
He is a dude. Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool.
So anyways, they made a virtual reality game called Durarara, which looks a lot like this kind of like middle like 1500s kind of style Europe looking thing. They mentioned like fairies and shit. It essentially looks like Bloodborne if things weren't bad.
Cool.
But I don't know. It looks like a movie or some shit. I don't know. It's weird.
This is in VR.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm going to fuck around with that. And then I also want to fuck around with the Tetris effect, which I've been waiting for a long ass time.
It looks really spooky. It looks like you might get lost in it. Like, it looks like I might come next Monday to record, open the door, and you're just gonna be like, you have the headset on, and you're gonna be drooling like
fully naked, like just covered in drool,
just like a Sword Art, like a Sword Art Online effect. Like your mouth will be open and like rainbows will be pouring out of it. And then I'll take the visor off, and like your eyes will just be swirls.
Perfect. I'll just be emaciated because that's all that I've been doing.
You've been playing the game for 20 years.
Holy shit, that's not good.
Fucking Jenny's eating half of you.
Yeah. So all of the stuff that I've been looking forward to is back over in Tomorrowland. Cool. So yeah. What about you? What's new? What's good? We had a little party at your girlfriend's place.
We did. We had
and your fiance. Apologies.
Yeah, apologize, my fiance.
Apologies to you, not your fiance.
I said to my fiance, I don't care if you apologize to me.
Oh yeah, no, I just want to apologize to you because she didn't hear it.
I mean, she would. She's in the car.
Well, she will hear it, but she didn't right now. So fuck you, Sierra.
I mean, she's your roommate. You're allowed to talk to her however you like.
Yeah,
I will not fight for her honor.
We fight a lot. It's fun.
It's weird that you guys fight a lot. Because you guys fight over nothing.
Yeah.
The day you guys actually do fight, it's going to be super awkward.
Oh, no, man. Like, hey, man, have you ever seen me, like, fight with someone?
No.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it.
I don't know.
I would let her, like, if she wanted to fight, she wins. Yeah. She wins that fight easily. Yeah. No, she's scary.
Anyways, it was like a Halloween get together.
It was a holiday jam down.
We played some games, played some beer pongs and some Jackbox 5.
I want to know what you dressed up as.
Oh, I was Manolo from the Book of Life.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this a while ago, that I was going to do it, but it's like that. It's that Day of the Dead movie. I think it's done by DreamWorks. It was like done before Coco was. I really liked it. I remember like when it came out in theaters, like I sat down and I felt really happy because I was like, wow, like they're showing like my culture and it felt really good. And it was like in a theater filled with white people and they're like, wow, Mexicans aren't that bad.
And you know? I can't wait until Pixar picks this up.
Oh, and they do 1,000 times better or whatever. No, but it was a really good movie. And I remember Sierra, wanted to be that. And because of me being an idiot, I wasn't able to get the costume in time.
Yeah, so, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so God damn it! Oh my god! So this year, I made sure that I got the costume in time. I got it made. It was commissioned or whatever, and
nice commission.
I wasn't gonna keep it, so they made it and they're gonna keep it. And I just paid to rent it. It was super cool. I feel like, and I think I looked pretty good in it. In Means here,
you guys killed it.
I think we look nice. Yeah. Anyways, that's not the big point. The big point of the night is we played beer pong, and I did very poorly.
Nice.
I also played Jackbox 5.
Yeah,
very poorly.
Yeah.
And then we did this weird cookie game where like you stack cookies on the ground and you try to like bend over and eat them.
Yeah, you try to deep throat them.
Yeah, I didn't do well. Two of my friends were able to acquire a cookie. One very badly like sprained his thigh muscle or whatever trying to do it.
Yeah. That was sad.
Yeah, I felt really bad.
No, I was like, poor fella.
Yeah, we were leaving, and I was like, dude, it's like Kyle, because his name is also Kyle. I was like, Kyle, walk right. And he was like, I can't walk. It hurts.
It's okay.
I saw him the next day. I saw him like a couple days later in school, and he was like visually walking funny. I was like, hey, man, how are your legs? He was like, oh, they're fine. He goes like, they really hurt, and this one like hurts like a fucking bitch. It's like, then they're not fine. It's like, oh yeah, no, they're horrible. Like he'll just be standing and his legs will give out and he'll just kind of fall a little bit. But anyways,
that's not me, man. I'm not into that life.
That's the life he chose to live. We did that. We also me and Sarah went and saw the new Halloween movie.
We did.
So apparently they decided this is a direct sequel to the first Halloween because there's at least over 10 Halloweens.
Yeah.
And they just said, fuck them. I mean, 10 Halloweens that are like canonical or whatever. And then there's 2 extra ones that are done like by what's his name, Rob Zombie that they made.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so there's over 10 movies. After one, they all got fucking washed away. They said nope, none of this shit happened or whatever. She's the main character isn't related to Michael Myers. None of that stuff happened.
Yeah.
So the second movie is like a direct sequel. And we're watching it and it ends and you just look over me and you're just like, yeah, that was fucking bad.
It was whoa, spoilers.
It was funny because like
the fans decided themselves.
Right,
was the bad movie bad or was it good?
Fans, go watch the movie, but we'll let you know right now that movie was fucking bad.
Don't waste your money on it.
I mean, it would just wait until it comes out on Netflix. The thing is, like, there was like it was weird edits in my opinion. The pacing was kind of off. The characters, for some reason, they were just like there were jokes that didn't need to be there. There's like weird jokes,
weird things.
There's characters who weren't developed at all, and then when they died, I was like, cool. I don't feel anything for these characters who weren't developed.
That being said, I didn't care about any parts of the movie, so the jokes were the best part for me, because if I cared about the movie, the jokes would have felt like pretty out of place where they were, but I was having a good ass time with them.
I feel like another issue too is like I wasn't actually ever scared of Michael Myers. Like at no point was like afraid. I was like, no, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go up there and kill you. So
like, all right, we've seen it. He's really strong and he's really good at killing. Good luck. As soon as you see him, it's just like, all right, who's dying next? Because they're about to die.
Yeah, there's the one bit where like he kills these 2 cops or whatever, and then like he somehow takes the skull of the cop out and then puts a flashlight in it and makes a jack-o'-lantern. I was just like, in my head, I was like, how do you do that?
It's just, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's impossible. Anyways, not a good movie. It was a good time though. We had a good time talking about how shitty it was afterwards and making fun of the lines and stuff like that. So that was a bueno time.
Heck of bueno.
Multi bueno. I guess, I mean, there's nothing. On Saturday, which was that wasn't Saturday, Sunday. That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Actually, I was doing some filming for my internship, and we were supposed to like film for 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I told you what happened.
You told me. It was great.
We were supposed to film for 20 minutes, and it was going to be a simple shot of like me shooting a BB gun at this like. It was a fucking zucchini, and that was it. That was gonna be it.
Yeah.
I don't have a BB gun. The guy who's in charge acquired a BB gun through like his son's friend. So we're having this borrowed BB gun. We pump it, we shoot it, we pump it again, we shoot it. Like, cool, it works. So now we're gonna shoot the actual shot, right? We go action, pull the trigger, it jams. And then we spend the next 2 hours disassembling this fucking BB gun, and we break it to fucking shit. I do fix it. I do at one point somehow get I'm like on the floor, moving shit and trying to get, and like a big old BB comes flying out the barrel, flies in the room, a spring goes flying. I was like, cool, it is now unjammed, but it's now physically impossible to put back together. Especially, it's like so scratched and dent. There's no way that if we could put it back together, we could convince the guy, like the kid, like, hey, here's your BB gun in mint condition. This is the condition we acquired it in. Here it is, back to you or whatever. So
like, hey, we fucking destroyed it. Here's a new one.
Yeah. So he had to go to the fucking Walmart and he bought one and he came back and I was like, we should have just bought one from the beginning. And then he's just like, yeah, blah, blah. He goes like, I thought that BB guns were so much more expensive. Like, how much was it? It was $20, Trip. $20 for this BB gun. brand new. And I was like, look, man, this isn't like the fucking 40s or whatever, where like BB guns were the fucking fat. No one gives a fuck about BB guns.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, they're made in
BB
China.
guns.
They're super cheap. It was super frustrating. I remember I just laying on the ground, like in the studio, fucking with a grown ass man trying to fix a BB gun. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
It's like, I need to reassess a lot of things.
But I mean, their internship credits, and that was what my job was to do. Dude. We're doing research and development. The research is how to fix a BB gun.
Look at you go.
The development was buy a BB gun.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, man, nothing else is really popping off with me. I know that tomorrow is the general elections for the world.
Yeah, yesterday was.
I thought today is. Oh, fuck, you got me. Okay, so yesterday was. Today is Monday. Elections are on Tuesday. This airs on Wednesday. So yesterday was, and yesterday I voted for so-and-so. I don't want to start any political issues, but fuck Lamalfa. I'll say that right now. Unless he won. Whoa. Congratulations, Lamalfa. I mean,
all right, we got to be cool with Lamalfa if he wins. Yeah. He's got to support the podcast.
What if Lamalfa's there, like, listening to the podcast, and he hears he just grabs his headphones, he throws them against the wall, and goes, that's it. I'm banning all anime podcasts.
You think that's what he sounds like?
That's it. I'm banning anime.
That's definitely what I was gonna go for.
Really,
yeah.
like a very
well, I think that's it. I can't handle the Instant Ramen podcast anymore.
I imagine when he walks, he just hear, you know, like just like a little horn going higher and higher.
Classic Lamalfa.
He probably got like little tiny feet. Then he goes. When he walks,
good name though, right?
Lamalfa. Yeah, it's a solid name. I remember when I was younger driving.
It's not like a good name. Like it's not a name that you're like, my name's Lamalfa. Yeah, but it's like it's like a fun name.
Yeah, Lamalfa. It's pretty good. I remember like when I was younger, he had big old billboards, and for the longest time, I was like, who the fuck is Lamalfa? Like, what is it? Like, I would be like, because as a child, I was like, oh, is it like a restaurant?
It's
around
a pill.
Here? Like, yeah, I didn't know, you know. And then as I realized, like, oh, he's like, you know, he's always running for whatever, and it's like, cool, he always wins, and he's gonna probably win tomorrow, but whatever. I mean, or he probably won yesterday. Congratulations, Lamalfa. Or if he didn't, fuck you, Lamalfa.
Oh shit,
I'm back. We're back on the Lamalfa train.
Fuck Lamalfa.
It doesn't matter. So, but no, so tomorrow is
some fun ass.
I will be voting. I don't know if you're voting.
You think I vote?
I don't think you're allowed to.
Yeah, I'm not.
You can't be a sex pest.
I'm not legally a citizen.
I'm not even human, bruh.
Nah, I came in from another dimension, homie.
Are you voting tomorrow?
What do you think?
No.
Why would you say no?
I don't know, because you look like a shitlord.
What the fuck?
You've said several times you were the shitlord of anime.
Yeah, we're the shitlords of anime. Yeah. What's up, Instagram podcast? Let's go.
No, I don't know. I didn't know if it was. I was talking to my brother today. I was like, "Hey, man, voting tomorrow," and he goes, "Yeah, no." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why not?" And he goes, "Like, I'm just really on that, you know, that millennial kick." Like, not. I'm like, "That's not good.
That's not a thing."
I'm like, "That's not a thing." Like, you're supposed to vote. And he goes, "Like, I'm like, you don't want to be like a blight on society. You want to contribute to it." And he goes, "What?" He goes, "What? You called me a blight, bro? I'm a blight, bro." And he just kept repeating it and like looking at me and being really like, how could you fucking say that to me, bro? And I was like, do you know what blight means?
I'm pretty sure you don't know what blight is.
And then he's just like, nah, but it sounded really fucked up, man. but he goes like, I pay my taxes, dog. I go to jury duty. And it's like, yeah, and the one other thing you're supposed to do is vote. So
and you know what? It helps you with both of those things that you just did. Like it alters a lot of all of that shit.
But I always say he's young and, you know, he's not that much younger than I am. He just needs to get his head on straight.
I mean, yeah, you know, it takes people a little bit to realize like, oh shit, I actually do make a difference. It's your fucking, it's what's it called? Prerogative.
It's your, it's like your duty as a citizen, you know, like you could, it's like the lowest form of getting involved with your government. Like, you know, you could like, you know, start a movement. You could run for some sort of office. You could, you know, you just do so many things. But the bare minimum is voting. Yeah,
I think it's very safe to assume that our listening demographic is in the younger audience, like 30 and younger, and we are the least likely to go and vote during midterm elections. What the fuck was that?
I was bright though.
I'm like terrified right now.
It's haunted. Oh, it's doing it again. Is the power going to go out?
Is it doing it again?
Yeah, I did it for. I mean, the power readjusted for people playing at home.
Oh my god!
The power's dimmed. I mean, the lights dimmed really low and then went really high. So it's Lamalfa. He's trying to get us. He's trying to get us.
Lamalfa coming out.
No, I think it's just power surge.
Yeah, I'm not down with that though. I feel like it's getting dimmer and dimmer.
It's spooky. It hurt my eyes.
It did.
No, what Trip's trying to say is that, like, yeah, our demographic is probably a younger demographic. We're obviously not being listened by like 50-year-old men, 70-year-old men.
And
so get out there and vote. Like,
I mean, it's too late now.
When you next time if you missed it, or
next time in the next like 2 years, clearly go vote for the primaries. But then for the midterms in 4 years, get your ass out there.
Yeah, I mean, just do it. I mean, it's not even that much work to sign up. I found out where I had to vote today. I had to go to the fucking fairgrounds. It sucks. Yeah. But the fairgrounds is on my side of town.
I went to the fairgrounds last time. It was dope. It was easy. Found a good parking spot, and then I hopped in, and they were like, all right, you piece of shit, you go stand over there and you vote. And I'm like, okie dokie.
I will, because that's my job. Yeah. No, and I think, it's good for people to get out there and, obviously register and, get involved. And again, voting is the lowest form of being involved. And,
even if the lowest form, you scum of the earth, low ass piece of shit, fuck you.
And not even say vote. Say you don't even know all the things on the docket, like the propositions or whatever, or who. Just vote for the main things, like the important things, and then the older you get, the more you realize, oh, these things do affect me. I'm going to vote yes on this and no on that. Yeah, you just kind of mature that way.
Well, clearly, if you're uninformed, you probably shouldn't be voting.
You should inform yourself.
Yeah, but inform yourself before you go and vote. Yeah. Because I don't know, there are people out there that are a little bit ignorant about what their views are. They're just like, you know what? Like my ideologies side with Republicans, and they go and vote everything Republican. They're like, what the fuck is all this shit happening? It's like, yo, man, you voted for that, but you didn't realize that like you could vote for almost all Republican candidates and like all the Republican propositions and all that. But I don't know. Maybe a couple you switch up.
Maybe you don't agree with it. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm more Democrat than anything. I'm looking at the things like, cool. People keep saying like they send you one of those pamphlet things like, vote for this stuff. And I'm looking at those stuff like I do agree with most of the things. There's a few things I'm like, you know what? I don't think I should vote yes on this or no on that. That's just how it goes. And I'm just going to switch it up, and it's my choice. But what I'm saying is, if you don't need that stuff, at least like do for the big boys and like, you're going to vote for the president or whatever, whenever that comes up, like,
do that.
Just at least vote for the president, vote for who you want to be in charge. Cause it can't get much worse or whatever. True. That's just a word to the wise. The first time I was old enough to vote, I didn't vote. Like I just didn't do it because I was like, it's fucking wasted time. It's pointless. And then I felt kind of bad about it. I was just like, you know what? Like I should do my part. And then ever since then I have voted and I feel better about it. But the first time I did it, I for sure blew it off. And I think that might be what my brother's doing. He's just like, whatever, it's no big deal. And I think as he gets older, he'll mature and be like, you know what? Why not?
Yeah, you got to figure that shit out, I guess. But
so anyways.
It's dope. Elections are dope. The results are dope.
It's like American Idol, but for the country.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed on. Hey, man, what's good with you for anime?
Yo, man, I've watched so fucking much anime. Let me tell you, I've watched all the shows. I think I liked this last episode of Zombieland Saga the most so far. They did like a little chicken advertisement. They were advertising for a chicken restaurant.
Like fried chicken?
Yeah, it was like I don't really know. It's just like this little hometown looking restaurant thing, and they've been around forever. So there's always been this like little song and dance thing that they've used in their commercials. So they get the
how's it go?
I don't know, chicken bok bok. I'm speaking Japanese. Chicken bok bok. Let's go.
That sounds kind of racist the way you said it.
Well, it wasn't,
because you said speaking Japanese. That part I was like, oh man, way to throw it out there, Trip.
Well, he was
racist.
He was Japanese, living in Japan, serving up a bunch of Japanese people, a bunch of Japanese food.
Well, you can't call them that. They're just regular people.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Anyways, that's your most favorite episode so far?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. 5. Okay, we're on 5. So I had a good ass time with that. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. The 5th episode just aired where it has content that's outside of the manga. So half of the episode was new stuff for me, and I'm like, oh, cool, but nothing really happened this last episode, so whatever.
I'm catching up also on anime. So is that the one where they go to the dwarf country or whatever?
Yeah, and then they do the trial.
Yeah, okay, so that was new. That's out of the first.
The trial was the new part.
I've been watching that show too, and I really enjoy it. I think it's super fun.
Yeah,
I like the whole goblin thing was super cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I like when they evolved and they're just like, we're hobgoblins now, and these are gobletas or
Goblinas.
Yeah.
Goblina, please. Call me Goblina. Yeah, no, I told Kyle right after we saw that, I was like, brah, Call me Goblina now.
Bro,
That's what I'm going by. Call me Goblina.
I didn't know that goblins involved in the hobgoblins and girl goblins involved with the goblinas. That's so crazy.
Well, the Goblina part is like a totally new thing.
No, it was so dumb. Yeah,
fucking love it.
I really like the design. I mean, me and Sierra, like, you know, because the goblins came through, and I really like the designs of the goblins. They had like really,
they look good.
They had like rocks for noses, and they had like big old X's belly buttons, which Sierra hates. I'm a huge fan of that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a classic.
I love X's belly buttons. I'm also a big fan of like Luffy, not Luffy, Usopp from like One Piece. Those big round like
you like the lips.
I'm a huge boy. Yeah. Whenever those come up, I'm like, whenever I see that character, I go, "Fuck yeah, yeah, more of this shit, bruh." And then they turned into hobgoblins. A lot of them lost it, except for one of the goblins.
Yeah.
One of the goblins,
he stayed a weird ass piece of shit.
He was still just a fucking runt,
I like him,
and he had a big old lips, and he had the fucking belly button thing. I'm like, I'm fucking digging this dog. I'm all about it. I don't know how I felt about the. Like the wolves turning into just like the Tempest wolves. He had a big old dumb star in his head. I was like, you fucking do a unicorn.
It looks fucking dorky, but it's fucking cool. So fuck it.
But I mean, man, fucking when the slime swallowed the sword and just duplicated all of them, it's like in my head I was like, man, fuck this guy. I worked hard on this. You know, like I would resent the slime to be like, oh, you're just gonna fucking copy and paste this shit.
He was only able to because
he had all the stuff. And because it was such a good sword.
But exactly.
What I'm saying is like, I was like, that's how if that were me, I would have felt that way. And then later on when they're drinking, he does say his resentment. He was like, I kind of resent you, man. Go fuck yourself. Like they're drinking. I was like, dude, that's so cool. Because when you drink with your boys and you're like some stupid
you know what?
shit.
This has been a little bit pent up.
Yeah.
I'm about to vent.
Fucking let it out, bro. Like you and I are real friends. I'm gonna let you know right now, Trip, you fucking suck dick.
Whoa. And then that's true. I do all the time.
It's like, and it's never mine or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah, just like see me at 2 to 4 on Wednesdays on this corner.
Just take a fucking card. Just take a number, get back in the line. What I'm saying is like I thought that was super, like it's super cool, like character development thing. Like, yeah, that's super real. Where he's just like, man, go fuck yourself. You dope, but fuck you.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I really like that show.
I also like how they it's a big old spoilers, I guess, whatever. Who the fuck cares? They get exiled from the goddamn city or whatever. Anyways, there was like the guy that was being an asshole trying to get him kicked out and whatnot. And after they get kicked out, they're like, I mean, clearly, like, you know, we kind of got to go with you on this, even though they're pretty cool dudes. Like, they were fucked up and they caused a little fight, and that's not cool, and fuck them. Yeah. And then they're like, and also, you know how you're all beaten up to shit right now? Well, here's a potion. It's the best potion we've ever had. Guess who made it? That slime. He made so many fucking potions for us. You piece of shit. It's like, yeah. And now we can never have any more.
Because our relationships are broken with that slime. Go fuck yourself.
You just ruined it. We worked really hard for this. He helped us so much. Fuck you.
I like the king. The king was like, he was like a very wise man. And like, obviously the dwarf buddy who was a part of his military really respected him. And like, even though he knows he was being wrong, he refused to talk unless he was spoken to or given permission to.
Yeah.
And that was super dope. I really liked it. He was exiled. And then there's the bit where like he's talking to that guy afterwards and he's like, you got anything to fucking say to me? He's just like, no. And he goes like, look, man, I fucking know it was your fault that the things blew up. I knew that you took the credit and let that guy get his fire. It's like, I got one more thing. I got one thing to say after this. Like, get out of my sight. I never want to see you again. And then he's like, and thank you for your service. I was like, oh, what a fucking, I've never seen someone get fired so fucking hard.
Absolutely decimated.
Just being like, you know what? It's like, go fuck yourself. Never come back again. But thank you for everything you've done for this country.
Hell yeah.
Oh, such a good show. I really like that show.
They're doing a good job with that. Right. And then still loving the Bunny Girl show. I mean, it's great.
I haven't been able to catch up on that. I caught up on was fucking Arrow Boys.
Yeah.
I caught up on...
I'm not caught up on that.
Caught up on Arrow Boys.
One behind.
Caught up on Reincarnated Slime, Goblin Slayer.
I'm one behind on Goblins.
And then, so I'm behind on also Run with the Wind or whatever, Run Like the Wind.
Oh yeah, I'm not watching that.
But the one show that we did finish was Attack on Titan. I finally finished it because I was missing that one episode.
Oh. Well, how'd that go?
Pretty molto bene.
How are you feeling?
I like it. And like the you were talking about the very ending. There's that weird there's that flash forward that we see.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And it makes me excited for the continuation of season
3. Yeah. Over in April.
You mean season 4? You piece of shit.
Yeah.
You trying to fucking lie to me?
No, I was talking to a homie at the Halloween party that I went to, and she was like, "Bro, when's the next season coming out?" And I'm like, "Well, it's actually the same season, and it's April." And she's like, "Fuck that, it's a different season." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you my homie." Yeah. And then she was like, "Yeah, dude, at the end, I thought that like my stream was fucking up or something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I get that."
It was done on purpose, yeah.
But like it was totally on purpose and whatnot. And she's like, "Yeah, no, I know." And also like, I bet this person did this. And I'm like, oh shit, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But we think one of our boys. We think one of our boys might not be so much a boy anymore.
Might be girls.
Might be a nothing. Just a
smooth Ken doll down there, huh?
Just a big old dad. That's what I'm saying.
You spoiled it. Now I know.
Hitting that big sleep.
Damn. Well, R.I.P.
Just theories.
Yeah, the rip.
This is just game theory.
Game theories. Yeah. So besides that, man, anime wise,
Banana Fish.
We didn't catch up on Banana Fish.
Color motherfucker.
I want to though.
Okay.
And I'm also behind on the
Color motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, because those are shows I watch by myself. Those are shows that I don't watch with Sarah. Actually, no, Banana Fish I do watch with her, but we wanted to catch up with things that were currently airing, and then we're going to watch Banana Fish.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't really gotten around to other animes besides the stuff I watch on Hidive. And for people playing at home, Juan is on season 32 of Survivor.
We're rocking it. We're getting there. Hey, what about Jingai-san no Yome?
Is that the weird animal stuff? No, it's weird animal stuff. It's what it is, right?
Yeah. It's the monster
things. No, I've decided I'm going to wait till the season's done just because they're only 3 minutes a piece. So.
I'm having a good time with it.
Is it
fun.
good?
I'm liking it. It's pretty funny.
Nice. No, I want to watch more anime. School's got, I think I like a month left in school.
Yeah.
I think it's 5 weeks, including Thanksgiving break. So
nice.
Things are wrapping up, and I'll have more free time. But honestly, I'm trying to just keep up with things.
Yeah,
the best
hard.
I can, and it's tough. So, but I mean, it is what it is. No one told me to pick the podcasting life. The podcasting life picked me's nailed it.
You nailed it. Just another nailed one.
Do you want to get into the news?
I would love to get into the news. I was just waiting for a good natural moment to get into the news, and you nailed it right there. So check it out. You and we talked about this earlier this week, not on the podcast, but Mob Psycho 100 put out a trailer for its second season. Y'all should pause this episode, go check that out right now. Don't care if you're driving, go watch that video. Pull off to the side of the road, watch that video, then get back to driving and shit.
One of the most awkward things in podcasting is having an awkward silence. 10 seconds feels too long. You think 10 seconds isn't that much, but saying nothing for 10 seconds just sounds horrible.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that out.
So what we're going to do is, because we want you to watch it so much, we're going to keep quiet for 2.5 minutes because that's how long the trailer is. So here we go. 2.5 minutes, not saying anything, so you can go watch it. That was hard. I couldn't do it. Are you done? Are you good?
Yeah.
We'll just put it in post.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
No, dude, I'm super stoked for this. I remember we talked about it the other day, and I saw it, I think a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really good.
Then you watched it again 15 times.
I really did. This morning, I was on a real oh man, I got to see it again. It looks so fucking good.
It looks better.
Oh my God. I'm so stoked just because I know it's loosely based off of one's,
web manga.
But it's so ugly. I tried reading it, Trip. It's too ugly.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
So there's no way for me to find out besides looking up stuff reading things, but I don't like to read. So
readings for chumps.
So so I'm just I just gotta be patient. But seeing the stuff that's gonna pop off, just visuals and stuff, it looks gorgeous, and I'm really excited for it because I really, really like the show. I was reading, I was reading people talking about it, and they're some people are super pumped. And I saw some blog of some guy posted, he's like, "Hey guys, it finally happened. My drop list, here it is. I dropped fucking Mob Psycho 100 on episode 4. Just couldn't get into it." And then he kept talking about why he hated Mob Psycho. I was like, cool, you just suck dick, so fuck him.
You know what? On episode 4. There's no reason to hate it, but it's just oh, you know what? It's not for me. And then episode 5 comes around, and you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely for me, or whatever it is.
I ain't giving him that piece of maybe. No,
I don't know.
I'm not giving him an out.
I don't think that. I think that at that point, that was the big ass fight between the Hair Boy and Mob. Right?
I don't know, man. I think so.
And at that point, I was all fucking in it.
I was in it way before that. Honestly,
I liked the first episode, but I was I don't really know how I'm going to feel about it. Watched the second episode and was I'm going to give it a little resty.
The episode, I think the first episode, we have a bit where he sees his love interest and the two other girls next to her have vegetables for heads. That bit, right? That little clip, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is for me. And then I think an episode later or two, there's an episode where he's melting from joining the body improvement club. And
he's just running, dying.
I'm like, this is my favorite show. This show's amazing. So I don't know. I've always been into it. And I did take a huge break because I'm I had to stop right there. And then he said, come back to it. And I did. And I was like, I love it. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, season 2, super hyped. And it's coming out pretty soon. So
yep. So big hype on that. Also, as of November 9th, Crunchyroll will be removing many titles due to its separation with Funimation. Are y'all ready for my big ass list of things?
1 sec. Okay, hold on. Give me a second, because breakups are tough. Okay, Trip. And okay, so you just gonna go through all of them?
I'm gonna go through the top 20 series that are exiting Crunchyroll. So, Assassination Classroom,
Seen it, like it.
Overlord Season 1,
Like it, seen it.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
I can see that on Funimation, but that's also pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of these are going to be on Funimation.
Oh, yeah, because you're just going back.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's nothing to... I mean, I guess I'm not bummed. Whatever. Good show. There's no reason to be bummed. I mean, but I guess well, that's not true.
Not all of us have.
Yeah, if you're somebody who only has Crunchyroll, then you should be bummed. But as a motherfucker who has, no expenses and all he does is fucking pay for streaming sites, come at me, bro.
Yeah. Noragami.
Don't know what it is.
All right. Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign.
Never seen it.
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I know what it is.
High School DxD.
Fuck that show.
D. Gray Man.
I've heard it's really good, actually.
A Certain Scientific Railgun, Seasons 1 and 2.
That sounds like a good name.
Nichijou, My Ordinary Life.
Fuck you. That's a big
That's
a hard one to lose, because that show's solid as fuck.
It really is.
But you have it, right? Don't you have it?
I fucking bought that the second that it came out, yeah. Which took like 5 years after it was made.
That's a real bummer, because that show is solid. Sorry, guys. That is a good loss, right? Yeah. That's a bad loss right there.
Steins Gate.
Yeah, it's also a loss right there. That one hurts. It's a good show, though.
Lord Marksman and Vanities.
Not Lord Marksman. I've never heard of it.
Me either. Samurai Champloo.
Ooh, that's a bummer, too. That's a classic. That's an OG.
Yeah.
I'm a part of this new fucking group. I don't know.
Okay.
It's called like Shogun something. And what they do is they post like music and there's like funky art and stuff. And someone posted the other day, and I don't know how I became involved with it, but I am now a part of the group.
Yeah.
And someone posted the other day, like, questions like, guys, serious question, Cowboy Bebop or Samurai Champloo? And I was just like,
Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, and I was the first one to post, like, oh, cool. I'm like, I know Samurai Champloo is Cowboy Bebop's a classic, like,
yeah.
but I like Samurai Champloo for myself personally. Yeah. But they're both solid shows.
Yeah.
And then it's just this huge disgusting thing. The cool thing was like no one fought. No one was like, oh, you're a fucking idiot. They're all just like, they just voiced their opinion. I was like, good. This is a healthy group.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Samurai Champloo for sure, way better.
Oh yeah. I mean, their styles are very different. Their music genres are very different, and like every part of it is very different. But they also have a very similar feeling to it.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
Because I mean, it's made by the same dude. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, both fantastic things. Both of them are R.I.P. Crunchyroll. But
it's a bummer.
Welcome back Funimation or whatever. It's still on Funimation, so I guess it's not welcome back.
Now there's actually a reason to have the two streaming sites. Because remember when the news came that they were going to combine? I was just like, why?
Cool, so I don't.
Now I have both, and it's pointless. Now I feel some validation.
So that's a big one. Psychopaths.
You know what? I never really got into that show.
No, me either, but whatever. People love it.
Cool gun,
so.
though. Cool gun.
Yeah. Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 1.
I like that show a lot, actually.
Yeah. I know you do.
Yeah, it's a solid show.
Yoka.
It sounds familiar. I don't know if I know it.
I think it's made by Kyoto Animation, and it's the girl with that like big ass sword thingy, the like blood scissor or whatever, and she's got the glasses and
nailed it.
Dude was gonna kill himself.
Nailed it. Yeah,
she was or something. I don't know.
It is Kyo Annie, and you remember talking about it, and I'd be like, dude. No, it sounds like a fever dream. I know like they're on the roof or whatever. Dude, I know exactly what that show is.
I've got a homie and she was like, "Oh, I fucking love this." And I'm like, "All right, let me check it out." And I was like, "You know what? You keep fucking loving it. I guess it's not mine."
I remember watching a couple episodes and being like super lost. I added it to my queue on Hidive because dubbed. Like maybe I can get through it that way. Yeah. Anyways, so bummer.
So
just get Hidive. What's the big deal?
Snow White with the red hair.
And it sounds familiar. Never seen it though.
True. Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash.
Is that the weird?
Don't know, man.
No, that's the big cat dude, right? The big.
That's Grimoire.Zero, I think.
I couldn't tell you.
It's definitely Grimoire something or other.
Couldn't tell you.
But it's not Grimgar. Grimoire. But I understand why you would think that. Long story short, Claymore.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know why it was so funny last night when you said Claymore and we were like, oh no, Claymore,
because Claymore was weird.
Classical anime Claymore.
It's just weird. I don't know. Demon chick and like other guy,
and fucking random fucking farm
or whatever.
It's when you play a video game and there's like a random like farm boy NPC who like follows you for some reason. You're like, I wonder how long keep this NPC alive.
Right? It's like what's fucking happening back there,
it's
Jerry?
Like, fucking first quest dead.
Yeah, like all right, see you later, Jerry.
She's like, turn me me into the Clan Wars. Like, you can't. You have a penis. It doesn't work that way.
I'm like, sorry, bro. So anyways, the final one is Hetalia. Those are the top 20.
Fuck that. Just watch it on Netflix. Hatalia's such dick.
Yeah. Shit, come on.
It's surprisingly very racist, honestly. Okay. Yeah, no. I remember like reading about it. People were being like, yeah, like, you know, because it's about like, you know, the world, and they're all, you know, super characterized into these like anime
it's just
boys.
Stereotypes or whatever.
And
right?
It just comes off as very sometimes kind of distasteful.
Yeah, I mean, it's anime. What are you gonna do?
It almost
can't
lessens
live with it. Can't live without.
It almost lessens like the big issues of like the huge wars that they had. They're just like, oh yeah, they threw spaghetti meatballs at each other. It's like, yeah, but in reality, what it is, they bombed the shit out of these countries and killed a bunch of innocent lives. It's like, yeah, but in the show, they threw meatballs and spaghettis at each other. It's fun.
Like, can you be cool, man? It was spaghettis and meatballs.
Like,
just be cool.
Yeah, bro. Can you not like bum me out? Like, so what if my favorite character in Hetalia is Germany? Okay, and he's fucking Aryan as fuck. So what? Like, so yeah, you're right. Man, so you're right. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah. Anyways, most of these things you could see on like Hulu and Netflix and stuff. Anyways, but if you do have Funimation, then you're good to go and you can watch all of them.
And that was just 20 of them. There's more, right?
Oh yeah, there's more. And then just this is some things since Funimation does dubs. You know,
they do simuldubs specifically.
Yeah, simuldubs.
That's their bread and butter. I feel like
for sure. Well, Crunchyroll coming at us with a bunch of dubbed series and stuff, which I have a whole list of that, and I'm just going to fly through it way faster than what we just did. So we got 91 Days, A Centaur's Life, Ace Attorney, Alderaan on the Sky, Aokana, Berserk, Brave Witches, Bungo Stray Dogs Seasons 1 and 2, Chain Chronicle, Chaos Child, Classroom of the Elite, Dies Irae, Dies Irae OVA, Free Iwatobi Swim Club Season 1, Gintama Season 3, Handshaker.
Nice.
Fucking blows my mind.
Classical anime Handshaker.
Blows my mind that that's going to be dubbed.
Done by Handshaker Studios.
Which, by the way, Handshaker, in case none of you know, inspired us to do the Kyle's Trash season.
That was such a bad show.
It's so bad. But that's the thing. That was like the worst show ever made, but it was fascinating because it was so bad in such weird ways, opposed to just a boring show where it's just like, wow, this sucks. I fucking can't stand it because it's so boring.
There's a lot of shit that season too. That was also the season where like the dude, like, you know, there's a real weird robot. It was like the world were made of clockworks or whatever, and he was just like, the girl's like, okay, I need you to download me. How does that work? It's like, you shove your finger in my mouth and I'll suck it or whatever. Remember that show?
I thought that was like the same show.
No, it's a different show.
Yeah, Handshaker
was like two buddies, and there was like, and they like these weird shadings. Oh my god, it gives me a headache.
But they had to hold hands no matter what.
Yeah, it was super lame. Yeah, fuck that show. We should make Kyle watch it.
Retroactive. Anyways, 100 is going to be dubbed as well. Island, Zeta the Witch, Joker Game, Kato, The Right Answer, Konkole. Maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. Katana Maidens, Toji no Miko, Love Tyrant, Magical Girls Raising Project. Oh, a dub. Nice. That's cool. That's fun.
Oh, can't wait to watch that.
Masamune-kun's Revenge, Mob Psycho 100, Myriad Colors, Phantom World, Non-Baka, New Game, Orange, ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
Yeah.
Relife OVA, and then Raka Braves the Six Flowers, Saga of Tanya the Evil, Space Patrol Aluko, Taboo Tattoo, The Ancient Magus Bride, The Morose Mononokean, The Reflection Wave 1, The Testament of Sister New Devil, The Testament of Sister New Devil Burst, Twin Star Exorcist, Urahara, Yamada-kun, and The Seven Witches. These are all dubs coming to Crunchyroll. So that's pretty cool. I think that's like a significant amount of things that are being brought over, which fucking crazy to me. I'm into it. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this when we talked about Hidive, but I mean, it makes sense to talk about it now. Yeah, let's talk about it now since we're talking about dubs.
You were saying that Hidive is like teaming up with Crunchyroll now, right?
Yeah, or Verve or some shit.
But Crunchyroll is teamed up with Verve, and so they're like retroactively, like they're
some weird shit's happening. I don't know.
A lot of those dubs that you just mentioned are on the Hidive dub.
Way to go, Hidive.
So like they kind of borrowed them over. I mean, it's kind of weird that Mob Psycho's getting its dub because they're cutting ties with Funimation, and Funimation did that dub or whatever. So is Mob Psycho leaving Funimation? You know, it's weird. Anyways, but
we'll find out.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. There's a lot of those shows that I have been wanting to watch, and I haven't been able to because there's no dub. It's like in the because there is no dub available. They've made them. There's just not anywhere to find them. A lot of those are made on the DVD box sets, which we talked about.
Exactly.
You can listen to it. You just got to buy it, and you and I are against downloading them illegally. Yeah. Because we know that's wrong.
Well, at this point in my lives, if you're a struggling student and you're out there trying to find some good ass
get
anime,
all that good stuff.
Get all that good stuff, and then do the good Christian thing and buy the goodest shit that you watch.
Yeah. Once you become a successful businessman and you have your successful businessman wife and businessman kids, then you get the businessman anime.
It's true.
Starter pack.
Just the starter pack?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get too crazy, so.
Oh, fuck.
You got to pay for your taxes. So.
All right, I got to call the president really quick. I fucked up.
Okay, so that's cool, man. I'm glad that there's a lot of those things that I will also be watching that weren't added to Hidive. So cool, good.
Yeah.
For sure, handshakers.
Hell yeah.
And Taboo Tattoo.
Hey, man, I'm about to bust out something that I don't know if you're ready for, but I need you to think real hard for me, okay?
Okay, here we go.
So a bunch of Konosuba news came out this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Do you remember what Konosuba is this time?
All right. So Konosuba is that show where that guy goes to another world.
Okay.
And he's surrounded by a bunch of sexy bitches.
Nailed it.
And people love it.
Yeah, people fucking love it. And guess what? They love it so much that a bunch of cool shit's happening. So its movie, which is coming out soon that we've announced like a couple weeks ago or whatever, is going to be titled A Crimson Tale. Those of you that are familiar with the Konosuba books, I think it's going to be volume 6 of the book. It's being adapted into the movie, which is super dope. People are really into that. Love that whole storyline. And I guess there's some extra things that if you are a fan of the show and books and whatnot, you're really going to know like, oh man, this is good shit to get hyped about. Yeah. This is probably going to be in there and that and that. That being said, we're not fans of the show, unfortunately. So we can't tell you what specifically is exciting about this news, but goddamn, people are excited about it.
I mean, I could be a fan of the show. You've given it a try. You don't like it. I could love this shit. Yeah, but I just haven't done it.
At the time, we're not fans.
Yes, currently. Yes. As the time of recording.
Dude, you never know. Maybe I'll pick it up and be like, oh, I get it now.
Like I watch it tonight. I watch it tonight and text you tomorrow. Like, edit it. We got to edit it. We got to take that out.
Take it out, man. It's fucking great. Let's delete all of our old episodes where we talk about it. Anyways, that's pretty cool for people. And there's going to be a PS4 and Vita game coming out that's being advertised as a dungeon RPG. They didn't give a title for it in English, so I don't know what it is. But Konosuba Dungeon RPG is what I think the game is legally going to be called. So that's probably coming out. People are goddamn hype zoned about that. I mean, it makes sense because it's all in this magical ass world where they go into dungeons and do some cool stuff. Honestly, like Megumin doing some dope ass explosion magic would be super fun in any kind of a game since she just combusts and she's just a cool ass looking witch motherfucker.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Can't wait to play it with you.
She's like a mage or some shit.
Can't wait to play it together.
Yeah, we're gonna play it together for sure. Watch our live stream of it on facebook.io. We're going to make
we're gonna watch it. Yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna record that and air it the 31st of October.
And finally
2018.
Shit. All right, time travel. We gotta figure some shit out.
Watch Stein's gonna figure it out.
Finally, there's gonna be a Konosuba live concert in February.
I saw that too.
So fans of things, please go and enjoy. Hey man, that's it. That's all we got for the news. We're done with the news.
We're done with the news, and now we're gonna get into our main topic of the week, and that is the Hidive streaming service.
Hell yeah. So this is going to be the Hidive preview, essentially. Just a spoiler for anyone out there that expected me to talk about only shows that are going to be simulcasted this season. Well, their simulcast section included some shit that's already totally aired. And I watched the first episode of one of the shows without realizing that it's already done airing, which happened to be the Shooty Boy show, which I can pull up that name.
Something about Musketeers.
Momento. Definitely Musketeers. The 1,000 Noble Musketeers, which essentially is pretty boys that have super musket powers.
Yeah, it's the sequel to 100 Sleeping Princes or some shit like that.
Yeah,
that was super funny. It's also on the list of things.
Yeah, and as far as that goes, if we had access to Hidive last season, Kyle would have watched that.
Oh,
like without a doubt. It was unbearable, dude. I was getting upset watching it just because I was just like, this is so boring. I was not getting sexually frustrated. I was getting just aggressive.
Frustrated.
I was just so fucking mad.
You were getting aggressively sexually frustrated.
I'm like, oh my god,
I gotta fucking hump something.
Yeah, I just got into BDSM. Like it was a whole thing. I went through a bunch of phases right there. I was just like kink shaming people. Just
That's a funny word.
So, anyways, I watched that. It's not good. Fortunately, all the other shows that we're going to talk about are like a billion million times better.
Still not
let me
good,
tell
though.
you, nah, you won't. Let's let the viewers decide for themselves.
Okay, you're wrong. It's bad.
All right. So first up, we're gonna, I guess, talk about the service a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like we were saying earlier, we customized our avatars for this. So essentially, when you start the service, it randomizes an avatar for you, and then it gives you the opportunity to customize it with it. Like too many options, honestly. It was cool.
Yeah. Did you like randomize mine?
Yours was the first one that popped up.
Okay, cool. And then you randomized yours.
And then I randomized, 500 randomized later. I'm like, I'll just do this.
Oh, cool.
Because I was like, all of these suck.
I wouldn't customly change mine. I customized it. I look moe as fuck.
Dog, we both look moe as fuck.
Anyways, it's a nifty thing. It's just like, a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
The service isn't expensive. It's like $5 a month, right?
Super cheap, $5 or $6 a month.
So it's not that bad.
It was totally worth it. We went ahead and we realized, you know what? We're going to use this at least 4 times a year.
Yeah. So
let's just sign up for a year service. That being said, it only functions off of your computers and Android right now.
Yeah, which is super inconvenient for us because we don't have Androids.
It's true. We don't have Androids. Fortunately for us, we got a couple of homies with Androids, so we could stream it to our Chromecasts. Yeah. So you got Sierra, I got Kyle. Yeah. You didn't have it at the time.
I didn't have. Yeah, so I had to watch it on my computer, which was fine. I didn't think it was a big deal. So here's another thing. So that was a kind of a weird thing to right for them not to be iOS.
Yeah, it just started up
compatible.
And I'm like, that's really interesting considering I think most of the world has iPhones.
I mean, a lot of people do still have Androids. That's for sure still playing.
There's still tons, but I think a majority.
A lot of people have, Apples and like Macs and like that. So they use a different thing. You think they would have made that port quickly enough, or just from the beginning had it,
right?
But for them not to have it, I felt like that's kind of shitty or whatever. It's like whatever. So my solution was, because you told me this, like, well, I guess I'll just watch it on my computer, and I decided to watch it off my laptop, and I was like, fuck, I kind of want to cast this. It's like, I know what I'll do. I'll like just open it through the Chromecast, like the Chrome browser, and then cast that to my computer, and it started working fine. I was like, oh, perfect. It was great. And then an issue occurred. So like for some reason it was playing for a bit, everything was going fine, and then it would cut. And I was like, and then I had to hit play again. I had to hit play, and then the subtitles would no longer be there. Like the thing would play, but there'd be no subtitles. But then I'd look on my computer, and the subtitles would be playing on my computer. Yeah. So I was like, well, fuck. Like I didn't. So what then I had to do was, collapse it, like put it out of full screen or whatever, and have to just cast the actual web page or whatever, and try to zoom in like the thing so it kind of opened up a little bit. It was still super small or whatever, and then I could see the subtitles. So it was a super inconvenient way to watch, and it was a little like, it seems kind of cheesy, cheap or whatever. I mean, it said it's $5, but I was just like, the fucking all the illegal streaming sites can figure out subtitles. why the fuck can't you or whatever? Right?
Yeah, no, that's pretty frustrating. I mean, it just sucks that if you're a new service coming out, there are already services that do very good jobs in terms of how easy they are to use. Like Crunchyroll might not have the best streaming, but it's really easy to use. That's what I like so much about it. Yeah. And then you also have like Netflix and Hulu, which have them. You have Amazon Prime, which also has it. So a lot of people just happen to have all these services for other stuff. And then there's also anime. So you have really easy to access things. Not the easiest to navigate on. Like I have issues with all of them in different ways.
I think so yeah, for sure. This is something we were talking about, like going through the actual the interface or whatever and stuff like that. And I have the worst time navigating through I think in order, Prime's the worst one to navigate through.
Absolutely the worst.
And then for me, the navigating through Funimation is also super shit.
Funimation's difficult.
It's hard.
Which sucks considering it's exclusively anime.
It's super cool though. Like, I mean, I really like the stuff on it, but scrolling through it, trying to find your stuff isn't the most convenient. Rough. It's really hard on your phone too. I mean,
yeah.
And and this for someone who, doesn't live, breathe, die anime like we do or whatever. Like they don't fucking care. But for us, it's super frustrating. I think I think it's the opposite. Like, we'll put up with it so that we can watch this shit. We'll complain and bitch and whatnot. Exactly.
But if somebody isn't really that into anime, they're like, fucking, it's not worth it. Whatever. I'll just put on another episode of
I guess it is a good
whatever
point.
It is.
Game and then after that, I'd feel like then it goes Crunchyroll, and I think the easiest to navigate without a doubt is like Netflix. But the problem with Netflix is they don't have as much stuff.
Yeah,
or they'll have the original shit and it's garbage.
Exactly. Well, the problem with Netflix, like, I think that Crunchyroll has the best navigation and whatnot because you can set up your queue really easily.
Yeah, I agree.
You can find like a list of all the anime in alphabetized order, so that's easy. You could search specifically for things, and then bless you.
Thank you.
And then you could also find like the new shows that are airing, the simulcasted shows and whatnot. You could find all of that. Like, it has options for all of that everywhere, which I think is excellent. And then the problem with Netflix though is that you could find anime sections. Bless you.
Thank you.
You can find like genre sections for anime, but you won't necessarily have everything like in an order that you could see, and it won't also have everything there.
No.
Yeah, so if you look something up specifically, I think that Netflix is one of the best ones, just in terms of easy to use, really simple to get there, and then it's easy to get back to where you were watching it because it's like right there when you start up Netflix. It's like, hey, continue watching fucking Lost Forest Piano or whatever the hell that show is.
And then Netflix does do the thing where like cool, he's like, you liked watching, I don't know, fucking Be the Beginning. No one liked, but you watch it. He's like,
watch Aiko Incarnation.
Like, you might also like, and they give you like suggestions, like, and you're like, these are also all trash, or whatever. Or like, you watched that one episode, 7 Deadly Sins. Would you like to see Ronin Kenshin? It's like, get the fuck out of here, Netflix. I might as well.
But Netflix gives you these little suggestions, which sometimes works out really well.
I don't know. More often than not, I just kind of ignore them. It's like, start trying to.
Yeah, but that's because we know anime. But people that don't know, it gives them somewhere to explore. It's like,
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I watched Death Note. It's like, watch Psycho-Pass. People are like, yeah, I like this too because it's got those dark themes that I enjoyed. It's totally different kinds of show.
I agree. I think Netflix is the most user friendly.
Yeah.
And it's sleek. It's something we're comfortable with. But Crunchyroll also does a great job. I mean, all of these have their issues. Like Crunchyroll has the issue like that you brought up that like their player's not the best and they don't even zero out or whatever.
Yep.
Fucking Prime has. It's kind of difficult to find the things, and their fucking subtitles are garbage or whatever.
Yeah, no, Prime is the fucking worst.
I like Funimation a lot. They got a lot of good stuff on there. The dub is. I just hate trying to find things through it. It's not the easiest too. It's not the most user friendly. Like it's like. I don't know. For some reason, every time I hit like my queue, I get it just doesn't work the way it should.
It's like my queue. Oh, you watched this 2 years ago.
It's like what? Hang on. So there is for sure things to compare it to. We can't just be like, we're gonna give them a pass.
What about Hulu?
You mean the powerhouse of anime?
Yes, I do mean.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't watch that much fucking anime on Hulu anymore.
Well, the thing is, Hulu has a couple of animes every once in a while. My Hero Academia, for example, it would happen to have that exclusively. One Punch Man, it used to have that exclusively, and now these other services picked up the good shows and whatnot that Hulu was trying to
keep to themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Super greedy little goblins.
Fuck, dog.
Dude, I love Hulu. That's where it's almost fucking Survivors, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hulu is my Survivor membership. That's what they pay for every month. Like, nice. Now I can watch Survivor.
Hulu's got like a couple of really good things on there that are like Survivor, it's airing right now.
Fucking Hell's Kitchen. Fucking Master Chef.
There you go.
I think those are the three things I watch on Hulu.
Okay, well, you're good. I'm right now just keeping up with
the Kardashians.
The Good Place. No, that's for somebody else.
Is that not on Netflix?
Not the new season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm watching it like every Friday. It pops up on Hulu. It airs on Wednesdays, I think. Anyways, that's always good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Watch that on there. Fargo. It's got some good ass shows. But we're not talking about anime now.
No, exactly. No, it was at one point. They did have a bunch of anime at one point. I feel like they had a bunch at one point. The anime apocalypse happened, and we kind of joked about it. But now I feel like we've really shied away from Hulu. I mean, I still use it. I just don't use it all that much for anime anymore.
Yeah. I get desperate, and I try to look stuff up on Hulu. Hulu's like my last fucking source of shit that I need to watch. But like Steins Gate, for example, isn't going to be on Crunchyroll anymore, but it's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's also on Funimation.
It's on Funimation too. So, but that's one of those things where you have to be a big fan of anime in order to have Funimation. I feel like, well, for like dubs and whatnot, you might have it.
Yeah, you might have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hulu, most people already have like Hulu and Netflix. Sorry, that might be wrong. But a lot of people have Hulu and Netflix or whatever. So those are good options. But Hulu does not have a great anime interface.
Not anymore, no.
And Hidive, I feel like, has a decent one.
I know. I think the scrolling through, like after I scrolled through all of Hidive, I was like, look, man, they got a pretty good catalog of things, whatever. Yeah. They got things that I'm surprised are on there, like Flip Flappers is on it, dubbed. I was like, cool, that's one of the queue because I've never seen that anywhere else dubbed.
Yeah.
So I for sure, want to see the show.
Super cool.
So I added that to the queue. And they have, it's really easy, it's really easy. Like they have the very top says simul dub. These are things that simulcast. This is what's coming out right now. Cool. And they go like, here, just fucking sub series, here are dub series, here are movies. That's all we fucking got. I was like, cool, that works out for fucking me.
It's very clear, plain and simple.
I literally scrolled through all of everything, and I was like, cool, they got things I hadn't seen before. I saw Haikyuu dubbed, and I was like, I didn't know Haikyuu had a dub. It's not on fucking Crunchyroll, and I know Haikyuu is on Crunchyroll, right? Yeah. And I was like, I don't think I've seen it on Funimation. I was actually like, maybe it's on Hulu, but I was like, great, I'm going to watch it on Hidive because I know you like it. You say it's a great show. The issue is they're super big. I'm like, and I don't have time to read all that stuff.
Right.
But now it's dubbed. I'm like, great. And I actually scrubbed through the voices I scrubbed through to hear the voices. Solid voices, in my opinion.
That's always good.
I actually really liked it. It's like, wow, these sound like teenagers and they're not super annoying. They're not like, they're not fucking Asta over here, you know? I was like, I can do it.
There's this thing where I feel like it's really easy to get good voice actors for good shows, but it really depends on the genre of show. So it being like a sports show and whatnot, where it's got action sequences that are a little bit different than other shows, where I think it's easier to record the action sequences. So you don't need somebody who's great at that. You could just be like decent and still sound great. But then it's just the dialogue. They're just regular ass people. So it's really hard to fuck that up.
Read your lines. Yeah. Be a person. How do you want me to say this? Kind of like, a person would say it.
Like, oh, cool. They said it with that similar inflection. You don't have to add anything spicy because you know what? We're just regular ass dudes.
Yeah. We're not ninjas. So
it's always a huge relief when it's like, and this good show also sounds good in English. Like, oh,
I said, they didn't fuck it up. Yeah, sometimes they do fuck it up, and they'll overact and be like, "Wait, aren't you guys just high school students?" Like, yeah, but we kind of talk like we're adults. I was like, why? Why would you? Why do you all sound like you're 30? Whatever. So the stuff that's on there, I feel is worth it. At $5 a pop, I'm like, you know what? Maybe, and we'll talk about the actual simul casting in a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe, in my opinion, I'm going to say it right now off the top, I don't know if what's being cast currently is worth the $5, but all the stuff you get into it, I think, is pretty cool. It's stuff that I will for sure watch. It's not too much. It's not breaking the bank. They're not asking for too much money. It's simple enough to use.
How'd you feel about adding stuff to your queue? Easy?
Easy, yeah. I'll just add stuff. Yeah. And then but you know what's kind of interesting, though, is like I noticed that I used a web browser. I don't know how you use.
Well,
it has to be web browser, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see at the very top. There's no like go to my queue. They're just at the very top. It's kind of like Netflix. You said these are your things that are queued up.
Yeah.
I would like a click button to go to queue, and it's like I just go straight to my queue stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's like I was saying before. Crunchyroll. I'm so happy that they have that. That's one of the best. They for sure have one of the best queue things ever because you queue thing. It's there. It's the first thing you see, and you're like, cool. I have a bunch of stuff I've got to watch. You don't have to be like diving for it or looking for it. And it remembers where you're at too. Like exactly. It's not like, hey man, last time you were looking at like this weird ass genre, like let's just start somewhere else.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, no, I was into that genre. Let me keep watching that.
Yeah. So
they remember that.
So I like the way as like the way it looks, the way it functions. Hidive's not that bad. No. I do think the not being using Apple, products or being Apple friendly is an issue for us just because we use them and
it's a small issue for the time being.
Yeah, if they I feel like something they can fix.
They're already working on it.
If they fix it and it's done, I won't complain. But if it goes like say another year this way, I'd be like, why is this taking so long to get done?
Okay, so before we talk about the shows, would you recommend Hidive?
No, I would not recommend Hidive to someone who wants to get into anime. I would recommend Hidive to someone who already likes anime. It's like, like kind of like me, one of the guys that collects all the fucking, things. Yeah. I don't think you need Hidive to live, as like as an anime friend. Yet. No, I don't think you need it at its current state. I don't think it's like a mandatory thing, Crunchyroll, I feel like is a mandatory thing. They do the best jobs with having things simulcasted and, it's having so much things. They have almost everything.
Yeah.
That's mandatory. Second off, I'd feel like I mean, I think that's the one you have to have. Crunchyroll's the one you have to have.
Absolutely.
And then when you remember you and I talking about it, when I was like, hey man, I broke down, I got Funimation.
Yeah.
You were like, that's cool for you, man. You're like, I don't need it. That's something that I don't
Definitely
want.
still not something I need.
For you. And I feel the same way. That's how I feel about Hidive right now. Like, it's cool to have, but I already have all of that with Funimation, and Funimation all has the simul dub thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. So I don't know. It's weird to say I liked Hidive. I think they're going in the right direction, but it's not a must-have in my opinion.
We're getting there.
Mm-hmm. It will,
which is important.
It'll eventually get there if they can fix these things, and if they get better stuff. Like if they're getting more quality shows, then yeah. But there's some really cool stuff on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like you don't know how stoked I am to see fucking Flip Flappers dubbed. I'm like super jazzed.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a like mandatory thing as of this moment. No.
So for anybody that's on the fence about getting Hidive, would you tell them like, you know what, if you're thinking about it, just do it? Or would you tell them like, maybe hold off for a little bit? Because for me, I feel like I would tell them to just go ahead and get it, because the more funding that Hidive has, the better it's going to become soon. That being said, it might not be the best service right now. So that's my argument behind it.
Okay, so the way I see it is the people that I know that watch anime are college students, obviously, because they're the kids that people hang out with the most. Like, none of my adult friends are doing this, right? Not grown-ups or whatever. So it's weird to say, but no, I would still say no, just because I know that $5 for somebody who is in college can be a lot of money.
That's a meal.
That's a meal. That can be, they can do something with those $5. And if they have, say they have Crunchyroll for free or whatever, and they're willing to put up with the commercials and stuff, or say they already dedicated that money, those $7 or $8 to Crunchyroll, I wouldn't be like, hey man, you need these extra $5 on there. But I do get your point. Like the more money they get, the better they can grow, and the more it can be this really well done thing. But if someone's on the fence, I would say no. I'd be like, look man, I know your situation, but if it's a businessman, he comes to me, he's like, hey Juan, I'm fucking Moneybags McGee. Like, oh yeah, you can afford $5.
Why are you even asking me buy this right now?
Like, why are you in my house? Get the fuck out of my fucking room.
Fucking Moneybags McGee.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Like what my
I totally get you.
Yeah, like,
makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. But they do obviously need support. And you know what? I thought Hidive was gonna be a lot shittier than this. Like when I saw it,
me too.
I thought it was gonna
okay. Well, we haven't talked about Verve as a streaming service. I hated it. I think because we had to get it so that we could watch Harmon Quest.
That's the only time I've ever seen Verve. It's a weird interface or whatever.
I hated it.
I remember like
fucking hate.
I remember being like really like creeped out by it. I was like, do we have to watch Harmon Quest on this thing?
It's like, yes, you do. Like, no, thank you, Verve.
So yeah, I mean, from what I remember of Verve, I think Hidive is better than Verve.
Yeah,
I remember actually talking to somebody earlier, and they were like, they were talking about like, I was like, where? I was like asking them like, where do you watch anime? And they're like, it's like my buddy lets me borrow. He didn't have a Crunchyroll. He's like, my buddy lets me borrow his Funimation. It's like cool. It's like, and he also lets me borrow his VRV. It's like, oh, you mean Verve? He's like, I was like, is that how it's pronounced? Like, is it like, it's pronounced Verve? And he goes like, oh, and he's like, how do you? And I asked him like, how do you like Verve? And he just goes, he goes, I don't pay for it, so I was just like,
whatever.
Okay, cool.
Man, imagine the psychopath that's like, oh yeah, I just have Verve. Like, oh no, it's like lock your door immediately. Just like, do not ever talk to me again. Thank you.
That's like watching anime back in the 2000s, where you're just like, it's Saturday, guys. Just fucking give me that Toonami for 4 hours, and that's like Verve nowadays. It's like a fucking drought.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, Verve has more support because they have so many like independent things. There's like fucking Rooster Teeth and come look at us on Verve or whatever.
Verve is weird as fuck.
I don't know how they exist.
I don't know.
But yeah,
because they partnered with fucking Crunchyroll or some shit. I don't know.
I would really like fucking Hidive to partner up with somebody who can get them the right shows to make it successful.
Oh yeah.
I know that if they get more successful and if they actually become good, the price market will go up. Like the price for it won't be $5 anymore. $5 is is a steal. Like honestly, I don't understand them making money. Maybe that's why they can't afford to do the fucking Mac thing, the Apple thing. They're just like,
it's a progress thing. But
I didn't even think about that. Sending people that way to make it better. Is a very
it's a good
it is a very good thing. But just from like. From the people that I interact with, I'm just like, nah, you can pass.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. So yeah, I think this has a lot of potential
That's the word.
So much potential. But let's talk about the shows that we watched that are simulcasting on Hidive right now.
For sure.
We'll start out with the worst, just because I want to get it out of the way. So we're going to talk about Gakuen Basara, Samurai High School, made by Brainspace, who made things like Durarara and Kiss Him, Not Me.
I like both those shows.
Yeah, I know. That's why I put them on there, because this is the fucking worst show.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little bit of background, just in case you didn't get this context. It's also being made by Capcom. Capcom is a video game company, and it's a tie-in to a video game called like some other shit. Not Gakuen, but it's like something with an S, Basara. I don't know.
Dude, that makes so much sense.
It's a weird spin-off high school thing.
I was literally sitting there being like, watching this thing and like, oh my God, it just like, what it reminded me was like, imagine like every Street Fighter character, and like them going to school and or like every Tekken character, every Street Fighter character, every fucking, you've all the more was it something Instincts, Killer Instincts characters, like, all going to school but being like super like funny and the comedy and like not taking their like.
I could definitely imagine watching that and being like, well, this is kind of fun. Yeah. Like if I knew anything that was happening.
For sure.
But it was the worst because I feel like it's for a very niche audience. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's not as niche in Japan, but in the United States, I haven't heard a single person talk about whatever franchise this is from.
Yeah, no, the thing is like, cause like, it felt like those characters, felt like, oh, cool. Like there's this really big samurai robot looking dude or whatever. And he doesn't talk. But my head was like, but I could see him do like some really cool combo attack fight or whatever, I could see him do his special move. Like I see him move his, do his Z thing or whatever. And I was just like, dope. Why the fuck am I watching this? So the show, it
felt really long too.
Oh my God, didn't it? Oh, I was sitting there.
It was weird.
I was like, this cannot be 24 minutes of my life.
And like 5 minutes? What the fuck?
So the story starts off and like we get a narrator and he's got this weird, he's got this weird just face and thing. He's got like tattoos or I don't know on his face or whatever. Anyways, and he's talking about like, yep, and this was the fucking year that fucking student council thing, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff's going like that. There's some sort of election for who's going to be the president of student council. And then he goes like, everybody like, and there's like a bunch of like shots of different like characters and you can tell they're main characters because they're all super wackily dressed or whatever. And then he goes like, it's so fucking exciting and can't wait to find out who wins. And he goes like, nah, just kidding. No one gives a fuck about this. And then we cut back to, oh, okay. So they're in a day, it's like a day of school and every fighting character has their gang of fucking followers who follow them and they just get into scuffles. They just get into disagreements. Yeah. Like, hey, I want to use the field to practice soccer. Like, no, we're going to use the field to practice baseball. Cool. Get ready to fight. And then they start fighting or whatever. And then they show up like, hey guys, let's not fight. Let's do a little competition. We'll do a kickball game and see who wins or whatever. So it just felt like super corny,
Yeah.
And so many characters were introduced and their fucking designs were very outlandish and very ugly and all this bullshit's happening. There's a main character. There's a character who comes through and he's just like, hey, I'm running for president and I'm super guy. It's like, cool. You're the good guy in all the video games. You're the one with the nice haircut and his fighting style is super clean. There's nothing dirty. And then there's just like this really slanky, long haired dude with like, it's like white covering his face. I'm like, oh, cool. You're like that guy that all he does is kicks. Like you're the kick guy. You're Huarang from fucking Tekken 4, homie. Like, I was like, it was a baffling because I was literally watching this whole thing, not once enjoying it, not once laughing, not once. The
visuals weren't entertaining.
There's no substance. There was nothing to it.
It just felt really boring.
I felt like if I had the option to like watch that again or like jam a pencil in my eye, I'd be jamming a pencil in my eye.
Damn,
that's how bad it was. It was. I couldn't do it. And I think that would have also won like worst show of the season.
Yeah,
like, Kyle would have been watching that.
Exactly.
Not a good show. Really bad. Do better. Hidive.
Yeah. So that was a very rough start. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, it only gets better from there. Okay, so next up, we're going to talk about Release the Spyce, made by Lay-duce. They made Magi, Adventure of Sinbad, and Our Love Has Always Been 10 Centimeters Apart. Do you remember that one? It was it came out like suddenly on Crunchyroll. Yeah, it was like 6 episodes. We
wanted to talk about it, and like we were going to do this as an episode, and we never did. But
yeah, well, we tried it, and we were like, eh.
Did we try? I didn't watch any of it.
I watched like an episode or something. I was like, eh.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a love thing. I don't know.
It just didn't do it for me.
Did it? I don't remember watching. Anyways, we talked about this in the past. We got
released the Spyce. I think Pony Canyon did a little thing about it at Anime
distributors or whatever. So we knew what it was kind of about. And I'm surprised it ended up here. I thought it would have ended up on a different platform, but it ended up on Hidive.
Whatever.
Yeah. So the story for this is we got a main character and she wants to be a police officer one day, but she's kind of like what's the word? Kind of a fucking pussy.
Whoa. Yep. That's the right word.
I mean, she's a bitch. Essentially, she's not. Did I make it better? Did I make it?
You made it way worse.
Well, this bitch is a pussy.
All right, I have to go. This has been the Strong Podcast. Forget about hot water. Just kill yourself. I don't know. This is
no. Essentially, she's a coward essentially, and like she's having too much confidence, but she has a very keen nose and a keen sense of taste.
Hell yeah.
And really good eyes. And
dude, that's perfect for policing.
Yeah, and so she sees, I guess, some spies from far away, like on a fucking building, right? After they've done some crazy heist or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, oh, I saw them with my good eyes. But she didn't know what she saw. She thinks she saw flying humanoids.
Classic.
She goes to her new school. Her new high school, and she's in a new class, and she has no friends or whatever, and she's trying really hard to make friends in quotations. And she says something randomly, and some girls decide to befriend her. And guess what? They're the ninja chicks from the night before, or the spy chicks, ninja spies. And then she kind of gets what's the word? She gets rolled into, or like she gets bunched in together, and they kind of recruit her to be a new spy for their organization. And I don't know, man. I mean, it's for sure was better than the Samurai High School show. And there's things that I thought were really cool about this show.
There were some great sequences. I felt like some of the animation was clean as fuck.
Oh yeah, like there's a bit where she's trying to like help her police friend. And the reason she has a police friend is because her dad was a police officer who died in the line of duty or whatever.
So there's like a gang that's about to like kill her or something.
A gang of all women. I'll have you know,
they were jacked.
They were fucking beefy.
So cool.
They were like,
I'm like, man, these assholes are killer.
Yeah, they were massive. And anyways, like there's that scene where she's running away from them. I'm like, this is some clean animation. So there are things that I thought were really cool. There's some pretty cool designs. But I don't know. As a whole, like I didn't really like it. I felt like
this was something where I'm like, you know what? I might have watched another episode if it was on Crunchyroll. That's kind of a hit. I'm watching all of this and I'm like, if this was on Crunchyroll, I would keep watching it, because the fact that it's on another service that I can't stream from anything makes it really difficult for me to be committed to it. So
yeah, I don't know. I think it was also just some things, some of the tropes were very there. Like it was very like, I don't know. There wasn't anything really new about it.
What are you talking about? When they eat spice, they get superpowers.
That was so fucking dumb.
Release the Spice Bro.
Yeah, Spice Bros. And there's like bits where like there's just those characters that are like just kind of in every anime. Like there's like that weird younger fucking student who is mad at our main character for some reason.
Who fucking cares?
For no reason. That was super weird. But there's like things I did like in it, things I picked up on it. Like I really liked their little frog that they trained to be a ninja.
Oh my god, he was so fucking good.
Wasn't he cool? I
laughed so hard.
I thought that was great.
Oh my god,
I was just like,
I forgot about that. I think they have like a couple other animals that we haven't met yet.
Yeah, and then like they have that, and then they have a cat and other things.
But clearly the frog was
was money, dog. The frog just
holy shit.
The frog was doing like espionage. He had like a little microphone. Like, yeah, we trained him to do ninja stuff. It's like, fuck yeah, you did.
Like, mad props to the frog. I feel like the frog should have been like memed
the frog
to death at this point.
The frog should have his own show. If it was like, release his spice,
like Spy Frogs,
dude, I would watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think the show is something I would continue to watch.
No, me either.
And I really didn't. I also really didn't like the character, like the main ninja chick that had the scar over her eye or whatever.
Yeah, well, she was fine. Whatever.
I just
didn't care enough. I guess
I didn't like her because our main character was like, "Oh my god, she's perfect. I'm so obsessed with her." I was like, "Shut the fuck up. Get out of here."
I was like, "Whatever. I don't care. I have a shitload of Yuri with her already. Shut up, bitch.
Baka, get out of here.
Yeah, big Baka up in here.
Baka up in this bitch. Yeah,
not trying to."
Not the worst thing, but for sure something I wouldn't watch anymore of.
Yeah. No, Release the Spice. Not for me. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Hey, check it out. Bloom Into You. This is the show that had been talked about for a little bit. It's because it is a lesbian relationship show, and it's a big deal. I guess people love the fucking manga. So anyways, it's made by TROYCA. They've done things like Aldnoah.Zero, that giant mech robot show that was like super fucking explosive and had the Attack on Titan music people working on, and Idolish 7, which was
wow, what a combo.
They made like 6 shows, and 3 of them were Idolish 7, and like 2 of them were Aldnoah.Zero. And this is like the last one.
What a fucking treat.
It was so funny looking at that. I'm like, whoa. All right, so Bloom Into You. Essentially, our main character she's new to the school, like every show ever.
Everybody's in high school. Yeah.
And she got lost on her way to this clubhouse, and she happened to stumble upon this guy asking out a girl, who's the student president, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's the president of the student body.
So he's asking her out, and she's like,
student council, sorry.
Yeah. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm not interested in dating anybody. So I'm sorry about that. Really flattered, but thank you for telling me, and have a good one.
Yeah. Here's a card.
Yeah. And then the dude's just like, okay, thank you, and sorry to bother you. Goodbye. And I was like, okay, that seemed like a pretty mature interaction. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see where the show goes. And then our main character girl is just like, whoa, that was fucking cool. She did that shit.
Fucking hot. It's fucking turned on right now. That's what she said.
She's like, ooh la la.
She's like, ooh, yeah, bitch, I'm feeling it.
And then she stumbles out of the bushes, and she's like, what up, motherfucker? I just saw you dump a homie.
Check out these boobs.
Yeah. More seriously, she's found that she was around the corner and saw it all, and she's like, hey, what's up? Like, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you. Are you the new girl? Yeah, I got lost on my way here. And they go and walk there, and they're alone at the clubhouse.
Isn't it a little weird that the clubhouse is an actual house? Like in the
fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? No, I love it.
It's like there's this really nice school or whatever, and they're like, yeah, the clubhouse for the student body, fucking student council. Yeah, where
it's
is
a
that?
cottage.
Like,
in the middle
it's a
of
cottage in the forest. Is this like it's like a 30-minute hike from here or whatever. I remember being like, I was like, are they still on campus? I was like, why aren't they inside the building? Why aren't they inside a building?
I wanted to be there so bad. I'm like, yeah, I would join the student fucking council. Are you kidding me?
You think they'd be like, the student council would be like, hey guys, so we have to divvy up the clubhouses and the club rooms or whatever. Should we give the cabin to the hiking enthusiasts or whatever? And they're like, no, we want that for ourselves. So the hiking club is in like the 3rd floor or whatever. Yeah. They got a closet.
They hike up the stairs. That's good enough, you know?
And they're like, yeah, we got the really nice fucking middle of nowhere. I feel like I
wish that's the way it was in the show.
It's so perfectly set up for like, oh, they're so distant from the school or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes it feel like sometimes they're like, oh, they're not going to be at school. It's going to be like,
no.
They're going to forget that they're at school, and there's going to be some sort of romantic situations that happen because of that.
Yeah. Honestly, the way that everything looks, like the art style and whatnot, I felt like I was in like a magical little forest area. Yeah, it was awesome. I felt really comfortable.
I felt gay as fuck.
I was definitely feeling pretty gay. But not like, I was feeling pretty lesbian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling attracted to dudes, but I was like a girl attracted to other girls.
I was ready to kiss a girl.
In my element.
Yeah, I can't. I'm so excited to kiss a girl now. I can't wait to hold their hands.
Yeah, honestly, my favorite part about the show is the environment, the background scenery. Like, all parts of it looked great, except for the characters. I didn't feel like they had anything that I was like, ooh, I love the way that they look. They have great style or whatever. Like,
they look pretty,
they're fine. It has an original art style
Absolutely,
to it. But it didn't have that like, holy shit, I like this style. Like Mob Psycho 100, you see it and like, ooh, that's very interesting. Yeah. That's something I like. And then you have this and you're like, I mean,
it's fine.
It looks good. There's just nothing special.
Yeah, no, and I also agree. I think the environments and like the scenery is gorgeous, and I really do like the real context of everything. Like it felt like a real issue. Like the girl who, she wants to talk to the student body president because she's like, hey, I saw you like turn down this guy who confessed to you, and it's like, and there's also like because what's the word? She does like they're like monologues, or essentially like, we hear what her thoughts
internal
dialogues, and like sometimes there's visual components that we see along to it. But she's explaining that she's always super into like, romantic novels and romantic mangas, and super into love music, and she was super excited for whenever somebody were to tell them that they loved, like that moment, that you just have that moment to be swept up into it, and it's like these butterflies, the whole shtick, the thing that happens when you fall in love.
God, I love love.
Yeah, I love love too. And so when a boy confessed to her, who was her friend, and like he confessed to her, is like, hey, do you want to date? I love you, or whatever.
She's like, oh,
and she's
shoot.
Like, she didn't feel it. And it's like, wow, that's such a weird thing, because like she's like, I don't know what to do. Like I've been waiting about this. I've been waiting for this forever, and like I don't know how to react to it. So she talks to the council, like the president, about it. She's like, at first it's like, oh, I just want some advice about it, and you can tell that like she kind of like likes her,
but she doesn't know
like,
it.
Not like
exactly.
It looks like admiration at first, but you can like, but as you know, as the second party seeing it, where it's like, okay, you obviously there's some vibes that are getting picked up. Like she's talking to her about her other friends, like she's super cool and cute, and you know she's just perfect or whatever. And it's like, but anyways, that episode ends with
big bless you, man.
Thanks, man. That episode ends with the like. Her asking for advice, and then the guy actually calling her right then and there, the guy that confessed, and she's gonna tell him like let him down easy. Yeah, and she does. Fuck.
He's waited for like a month to hear back from her about this, and he's been like really chill and really patient about it for whatever reason. He's just really hopeful.
Well, I mean, and they were also friends before that, so like I feel like he's like, you know, it's like if when I confess to you, you know, take some time.
I mean, I'm going to. I won't need it, but I'm going to.
Just let it marinate.
I already have an answer, and it's like,
no, I don't want. No, okay. I don't want to get my hopes up. Okay. But yeah. So you know, he calls and like he has a conversation. It's very mature. I feel like it's handled very well.
No, a lot of the dialogue in it felt like pretty good.
The thing is, again, the characters didn't really care for them because at the end of it, you know, the student body president actually like feels something for her, and like we're like, oh wow, they for sure dig each other. And there's a spark.
This is the part though that didn't do it for me. I felt like the student body president didn't have that admiration. Like we couldn't see it from her as much the whole time, and she was so big on like, you know what, I just don't feel anything for anyone, and I really want to just focus on myself and get through school and stuff. And I feel like I shouldn't.
Like there's a quick turn. You feel like it was like a switch or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like we could have had a little bit more development before that. Just flesh it out a little bit more. But that's the kind of thing that brought me out of it. That being said, it was fine. I think the way that they did it was totally fine because things happen that way. Sometimes it's just like,
that's what I was going to say.
Fuck, I feel feelings for you, and I'm going to tell you about them.
I think. Yeah, you brought it up too because it's true. We did see it like marinate and you know kind of build up with our main character, and then it was literally like a light switch for the president. And sometimes that's how love works. Sometimes you're just like, hey, 1 second you're just having a good time hanging out, like, and then like joke cracks, someone smiles, someone laughs, and you're just like, boom, everything hits you at once. You're like, shit, I have feelings for the other person. Yeah, and it was cool. I didn't mind it, but again, the issue is, you know, the character designs aren't the most amazing. I don't care to look at them, and I don't think they're as engaging as they could could be, and that's crazy because I love love, and I love lesbian love.
Man, okay, so watching this, it's not a bad show by any means. No. It's just I feel like if it was on Crunchyroll, I would keep watching it. It's easy to watch. It's nothing super special, to me at least, but I would definitely keep watching it. The fact that it's on Hidive, no way in hell.
Yeah, sorry. Fix your fucking shit.
Oh, shit. But it used to always be for me, there's in the first season of Sword Art Online, when our main characters get to go off in a little cabin by the lake and stuff, I was like, oh my god, that's so peaceful. I would love if I was in like virtual reality and that's where I lived or whatever. That'd be so dope. Fuck that now. I want to go live in the fucking
clubhouse in the back of the woods.
In the back of the woods there. It seemed so serene. I loved it.
It was just a weird choice for
it totally was. I loved it though.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. That's
I mean,
totally
offend
fine.
Your choice. It was a good choice.
It makes me feel so no. Like as a clubhouse or whatever. Fucking weird.
Well, fucking
weird
fine, Trip. If you want to record in the clubhouse, we'll record in the clubhouse from now on.
It looked so nice. Anyways, yeah, I'm done talking about that show. It was all right. I feel like it could go in a lot of different directions. And it's a show about figuring out who you are, and I think it's a big deal for Japan because in Japan, they're not exactly the most friendly with the homosexuals at the moment, but they're getting more and more comfortable with it as years go on. So they're more comfortable with guys being in love with each other, not as comfortable with girls being in love with each other yet.
Yeah, it's a little fucked.
So I think that this is like, if we get more shows like this that get a lot of traction or whatever, we can make a more comfortable, accepting society. Yeah, no, it's a good in all parts of the world.
It's a real good step forward for someone of that community to see something like representing who you are as a person. I feel like that's something really good.
Yeah,
because recently we've been seeing more shows with like, you know, gay characters in it, like you know, Yuri on Ice, which I didn't realize for a bit, and I was like, oh shit, they're gay. Cool.
Hell yeah.
And the thing about Yuri on Ice too is because like I didn't want to assume they were gay because they were ice skaters.
Yeah.
But when they ended up being gay, I was like, well, yeah, they're fucking ice skaters.
Well, it's also like Liz and the Bluebird, which you didn't get to see, but it was very subtle. So the whole time it's like they're friends, but you could tell that there was something more. Whether the characters realized it or not, they definitely loved each other in a way that friends.
It's a little more than friends.
It's a little bit more than the way friends love each other.
And also like Banana Fish, you know, it's also like that, you know, that it was like cool, great show.
Yeah, exactly.
Such a good show, and it doesn't even matter the fact that they're gay. So it's super cool to see this.
I love
this come up.
Those little hints where it's like, yeah, these characters are for sure gay.
And then fucking Darling in the Bronx comes in and does it fucking full force,
right?
Without you even realizing it. They're just like,
oh yeah,
she likes chicks, and my hair's white now. Get over it.
Like, okay,
calm down.
So sorry. Yeah, you could go love Ichigo. Do whatever you gotta do, man.
You can love girls. We're trying to kill all these monsters. I don't know if you've noticed these monsters that we're trying to kill.
Like, hey man, we got some big deals. She's like, my feelings are big deals. Like,
cool,
okay, man. Yeah,
I don't know if you realize, but I'm growing horns over here, dog. Like,
I'm a little bit busy, but
you like women.
Speaking of women, Girl in the Twilight by Dandelion Animation Studio. They've made things such as Pingu in the City and Sarusuberi, Miss Hokusai.
That doesn't sound like a show.
No, that's the thing about these, is that they've made like nothing.
Okay.
And it's also made by Jumonji.
Jumonji? Like Jumonji? Like, you know, in the jungle we will play until the dice whatever something?
Yeah.
Like Jumonji.
Until the dice, and then we'll stay.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is the only thing Jumonji's made. It's spelled differently. It's spelled with an O instead of an A.
I think that's copyright infringement. I think they're getting in trouble.
Yo,
well, for a second I thought it was spelled like Jew, like Jew. Like, and I was like, oh my god, that's heavy as fuck. Yeah, no, okay,
so Girl in the Twilight. This was the most interesting show. I felt like. It was fucking weird. I for sure would watch more if it was on Crunchyroll. Just gonna say that out the bat because I don't know what the fuck was happening, but I want to know what the fuck was happening.
Okay, so I kind of feel the way I feel about the show is that it started off and I was like, wow, I'm interested in what's going on. You know, they're doing this weird like ritual ceremony to summon something. They're waiting.
They're at a tree. Yeah, they're trying to set up like a weird ass radio.
Is it 444? It's like. It's like 444 or whatever, and they're like, they're rolling dice to see what frequency to set the radio to, and they're trying to go to their dimension. They're cracking glow sticks. I thought it was super funny.
Right? I'm like, what the fuck is? It feels like little kids playing like Magic in the Woods.
Exactly,
but they're all in high school.
Yeah. when they were cracking, when they were doing the glowing things, like, oh my god, it's like a magic show or whatever. Yeah, and then like they realize it's glow sticks. Like, I really like that.
Yeah,
and you know they're trying to enter another world, and I feel like this is a good show because they're kind of like it's based in the real world. Where these animes, what are they called again? The animes when you go to the other world?
The isekai,
like where isekai has kind of become a fad and kind of a thing, and our main character seems to be really obsessed with going to another world, and so they keep trying to do this weird ritual thing.
Also, that being said, these girls seem like really normal girls.
Yeah, they're not.
They just have like this fun little interest, but they're still normal. They're not like, this is the only fucking thing I care about. It was just like, they're not. This is the fun thing that we do for fun.
Because they're not like anime as fuck or whatever. There's no like that one little
felt more genuine.
They felt like high school students or whatever, and so they're planning to go to the new dimension or whatever, some other world. It doesn't happen. They're like, okay, cool, back to school or whatever.
Also, I want to say this looks good.
I don't think it looks good.
It looks good in like weird ways.
I don't know. I just really at one point I was like, it kind of looks okay. I'm kind of okay with the style and the animation, and then it gets to the point like, oh, I don't like this at all.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so then they go to school and we see them do some like, you know, schooly stuff, and they're playing around. So apparently they're part of the like the recent, what are they called? Like the radio frequency thing club or whatever.
Yeah,
they're anyways, shit happens and they're thinking about like joining. I don't know how it's so weird. I don't know if this character is how she's involved with it, but she finds some sort of frequency. He's like, let's try this frequency or whatever, and they try it, right? I feel like she has a little more. She's hiding something. Yeah. She's hiding something. She knows a little more than she's like letting on to. She's a foreign exchange student. Anyways. and then they use the new frequency and they go to a new world, and the new world kind of looks like shit. There's nothing there. There's little pink like yellow blobby things or whatever.
Yeah, which the blobby things don't look that great.
No, they look like shit. And so then the blobby things start biting them, and then the blobby things turn into a big monster, and then they get saved by a chick who's barely scantily clad or whatever, right?
That being said, killer 3D animation at this point.
I didn't like it.
I think it was the best 3D animation I think I've seen in anime.
I didn't like it at all. Like she does this, he like powers up and gets in like a Power Ranger super suit, and it's like it's very Magic Girl meets Power Ranger, where she like she's holding up her record player or whatever, or her what do they call cassette player? Yeah, I was like, I don't know what they call it.
I was into that
and
aesthetic.
She drops this and she sets the frequency, hits it, and she does the whole thing or whatever, and she beats all these monsters, and she's like, get out of here, don't ever come back to this fucking world or whatever, and they leave, and she comes back with them and collapses or whatever.
Yeah, and
then the main character girl takes her home and kind of brings her back to to health or whatever, and then like the other friends are like, is it cool if we leave her? It's like, yeah, no big deal. It's like, have you noticed that she looks exactly like that other person? And you're like, yeah, but whatever, fucking forget about it.
We're busy.
Yeah, I got fucking I gotta go home. I gotta do my fucking homework. Bye. Yeah, we went to another world. Who gives a fuck? I got school tomorrow.
And the main character is like, all right, well, I'm gonna go down to the store and fuck around for a bit, and then I'll come back and just like, oh shit, you're up.
Awake.
What's up, dude?
Hey, cool. What's up, man? And like our main character's dumb as fuck, obviously.
Yeah.
And then she she feeds her, lets her bathe or whatever. And here's, they're taking the shower together, and they're like being really quiet, and they're super sexy. And I'm like,
ass, titties, ass, titties.
What's super funny is it's like, it's that kind of show. Cool, whatever.
It like really quickly was
very
like
quickly. And I was like, okay. What's funny is too is like before that, I remember in my head like looking at these characters and be like, oh cool, they're all kind of drawn like proportionally okay. They're not like over sexualized. I think maybe one or two of the girls have larger busts than other ones, but most of them
like, but I want to see what them hips can do, girl.
I was like, for the most part, they all look like they should be in high school. And then there's this naked scene. I was like, oh my god, her tits and ass are huge.
I'm like, where did these come from, man?
Where the fuck did these come from?
Oh, you didn't know that clothes just make it so they're hidden?
No, and then since after that scene, like, and then I realized, oh, now she's drawn more sexually or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, fucking wow, great. Anyways, she's going to sleep, and she's just like, the main character's like, hey, I didn't catch your name. What's your name? And she's like, oh, my name's Your Name. Like her, not the movie Your Name, but she says,
my name is Kimi no Nawar.
Yeah, my name is. And she says my name, and he goes like, oh, that's so crazy. That's also my name. That's cool. She was like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. He's like, yeah, you notice we kind of look alike. She's like, do you mind? She's like, I'm very tired. I haven't slept in a bed.
I need to catch some fucking Z's, bro.
It's like, okay, cool. And then she leaves and goes back to her fucking world, and she leaves a fucking locket behind, and our main character from this world finds a locket, opens it, and it's just like, it's her dead brother. It's very,
she's like, fuck, my dead brother's dead in another world too.
And she goes, oh my god, I fucking knew it. That's me. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like the show could have been a lot better.
Oh yeah, it could have been, but I want to know what the fuck was going on. I'm so goddamn curious.
I don't think I can watch it. I honestly don't think it looks good. I think it looks ugly. I don't like the way things are drawn or animated.
I like the outlines on some stuff. I don't know why. I felt like they were like bold as fuck.
I think it's funny.
I was into it.
My favorite part of this drug is the outline.
I don't know.
Very strong outline. I guess we have in the past been like, hey, my favorite part of the show is the color palette. It's very pastel-y,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I felt like it really made things pop, and I appreciated that about it. That being said, yeah, the 3D animation I thought looked great. Like, it was genuinely, in my opinion, the smoothest that I've seen in anime for the 3D animation.
Have you seen Goblin Slayer yet?
I have seen Goblin Slayer.
Have you seen when they, for some reason, without no reason, just make his armor 3D for no reason?
Yeah, I have.
Isn't it that the best?
He's not doing shit.
He's just standing there
3D for some reason.
When someone should make
they saved like $10 or something. I don't know.
Someone should make a video where like it's just like the goblin people are like they're talking to Goblin Slayer, and then it's like they'll cut the different scene like at a different angle or whatever, and he just goes 3D, and they're all just like blah 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 talking about this fucking raid they're gonna do, and they go, whoa, what the fuck happened to you? Why are you 3D now? I'm like, what are you talking about? And they cut back and it's 2D again. It's just like, oh, you're back to normal. Okay,
you're right. This is good. This is good.
No, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't I don't see it, but if you really liked it, that's fine. That's your opinion. In my opinion, I didn't think it was that good.
Some of the characters looked a little bit funky. The world had it all felt like it was Twilight colored, so it's all like the dusk kind of colors when they're out doing shit at like 4:44 or whatever, which has this unique feel to it. And overall, the characters were pretty forgettable. It's just the whole concept of the show was like, all right, the fuck are they trying to do here? Because it seems like there's a bunch of different worlds, but I don't really know for sure. And I kind of want to see what else happens.
I think that if the show looked a little bit better, in my opinion, or a style that I liked more, I would have watched. I also think if this show is on Crunchyroll, I would have watched it.
Yeah.
This show isn't good enough for me to be like, hey, man, I can't wait to watch this next week on Hidive. I mean, that being said, we only watched the one episode, right?
It's true.
It is.
There are more out.
Yeah,
we only wanted to watch one.
I'm curious to see where this goes, but I'm not willing to go along and watch it.
Nah.
And you can also, like, at the very end of the first episode, we also saw like an introduction to a new character who might be, I can't tell, but she might be the counterpart of like another girl that's a part of the group, just because they're so forgettable or whatever. And the way she's kind of, with the stuff she's wearing was like, oh, this is for sure. Like, there's gonna be a lot of
something.
There's gonna be a lot of yaoi, not yaoi. There's gonna be a lot of like fucking like etchiness, you know.
Oh yeah, boy love.
Yeah, a lot of boobs and butts and boy love.
Yeah.
So this show's not for me. I don't think I'm going to continue it. I don't think you are either.
I'm not going to watch any of these shows, unfortunately. That being said, I think that it was all better than I expected. Which is weird. I mean, not all. Samurai show fucking can eat a dick. Like, go fuck yourself, Capcom. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, and I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't a lot worse. It was just kind of worse or whatever.
Yeah, you know? I mean, they're all the shows that we watched over the season. And we're like, I mean, they're all just like whatever, and these definitely feel like they have more personality than all the shows that we were like, they're whatever. But that's not necessarily a good thing, but it's also not a bad thing. If somebody watched these shows and they were like, yeah, I really like them, I'm like, you know what, man, I like definitely get that you're into it, but I don't know how.
More power to you. No, again, these are just our opinions. They don't fucking matter.
Yeah, none of us matter.
Again, Hidive, you're doing some things right. Fuck. You need to do.
Bless you.
You need to work on some other things, and just figure your shit out.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
So anyways, you could give us a bunch of money, and we'll just make a shitload of Hidive accounts, and then we'll fully fund a show. Bless you, man.
It's your goddamn cat. I fucking hate her.
You should have taken an allergy pill.
I forgot.
It's okay, baby.
Anyways, so that's the show. I think we're pretty good off Hidive, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna keep watching things on it that are dubbed that I can't find somewhere else.
Dude, keep me up to date. I'm gonna keep an eye out for whenever iOS gets compatibility.
Yeah, that's gonna be super convenient whenever that happens.
Game changer.
So, I don't know what we're doing next week. I don't think we've talked about it.
Oh, I know what we're doing next week.
Are you?
We're recording a podcast about anime.
Cool, nailed it. So next week we'll be doing a podcast about anime, like as opposed to this week.
Yeah, this week's was
just talked about
a streaming service.
We talked about we talked about Hulu and Survivor.
All hail the Survivor.
And voting, apparently. We talked about that for a good hot minute.
Yeah. Oh, dude, back to voting? Like,
back to
fuck voting. Voting's for losers.
Yeah, but only,
just changed
only
the
nerds
whole
vote.
Opinion.
Anyways, this is Bye from Juan.
I'll see around. Okay.
Did I do this? I did this wrong. I did do more other stuff.
It's fine. Hey, check it out. We got logos.
Let me do this part. I can do this part.
All right.
Hey, if you like our logo, hit up Erin from TurbyTops.com. She's the dopest.
So good.
If you like our theme song, hit up Tom Nasser. He's in Ohio, so go check him out in Ohio. He's also on YouTube and SoundCloud and
it's true.
And fucking Facebook. Nasser and ASR. Just send him a friend request. Trip, where can people find us?
You want to find us on Facebook, look up the Instagram Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instagram Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at InstantRamenPod.
Podcast Benefit.
And you could shoot us an email, InstantRamenPodcast@gmail.com. Tell us about how shitty we are and what we should have voted for. Vote for more anime this upcoming voting season.
Vote yes on Prop 69.
Yes. And vote no on Prop 420. This is a Christian server.
Yeah,
so
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is Bye from Juan.
See you around from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water. I like your bottle, by the way.
I found this.
Where'd you find it?
In someone's car. No, I was leaving campus, and it was like I was on the third floor, and it was just like kind of like sitting on the ledge. of like where like the parking garage, and it was like I think it's like super late. It's just like someone forgot their canteen. I was like, cool, just take it to Lost and Found. I was like, this is a very nice canteen.
It was lost and I found it, so it is mine.
Yeah, I don't know. I've decided to keep it because fuck them.
Dude, fuck the police.
What's it supposed to do? Like
takes a lost and found.
No, I'll keep it. Fuck it. It's mine. Right. It's mine now. Do you like it though?
I do like it.
It reminds me of yours. You're just bigger though.
Yeah, mine's a little bit fatter, but I think yours is it looks better than mine.
Does it?
Yeah.
I mean, I also found this. Like I said, I didn't steal it. I didn't reach into the person's car. I didn't knock them out though. First.
Oh, nice, good call. Safe.
I guess if someone comes up to me and goes like, "Hey, man, that's my canteen," I'll be like,
cool. "It was
cool." Let me fucking prove it. Show me the birth certificate.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been drinking out of it. If you want it, you can have it.
Yeah. No, I'll have it.
I didn't expect it to go that way.
Well, that's the way it went.
That's good.